everyone, it's Sunday and it's that time of the week again. Warm welcome to my channel, and of course Angela here as usual. So today another quick little crafting project for you. So I hope you're going to enjoy it while you follow along with me. So let's have a look. Right, so today I've got a sheet of paper. So you can use your A4 sheet, you can use a US letter sheet, it doesn't really matter, but one of those two would work. I think a 12 by 12 would be a bit too wide, but you could trim it off to the relevant size. All right, so what I want you to do is first of all fold it in half. Well, it doesn't matter which way you really fold it, but I'm going to do lengthways first, and then I'm going to fold it in the opposite direction like that. So you've got quarters. All right, just take your bone folder and run it around all the sides. Two of them don't really need it, but I've just done it. All right, so now you've got a piece like this. This side is got the fold line, and this side is open. All right, so that's what you've got here. I have now stenciled. Using my stencil, I've used my antique linen distress ink. I've just taken my stencil and rubbed over the stencil with this. And I've also dropped in some Victorian velvet on the one side, so I've got little touches of pink. I'm not sure that you can even see this, but let's see. So you can see at the top there. So I've just moved the stencil and then did it again. And then on the other side, I've done the same with antique linen, but then this side, I've got little specks of speckled egg, which is like a blue vintage shade. All right, so it's that one. And that one. All right, so that's what I've used. Just to you know, liven it up a bit. This is just a sheet of tea stained paper. I have used 160 GSM, and if you're looking at converting that to pound weight, you're looking at about 60 to 65 pound weight. All right, so that's what this is. So it's quite a nice firmish piece of paper. I do like to use the thicker paper. All right, so we're going to keep the fold lines, in this case, on the left-hand side. I am looking to put it into a right-hand page in my journal, which I'll show you at the end. So I'm keeping the folds here. If you're wanting it for a left-hand page, then I would turn it around so it's easy to open up these pockets that we're going to make here. All right, now I've got a pink page on the one side and I've got blue, so I've done pink and blue. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I have pulled out all my scraps, and I have all my scraps in here. This is even with the card. So I'm making 4 journals at the moment with the same theme, and this is the only scraps that I have. It's not very much, included the cardstock that I have put in here, so not very much at all. All right, so I'm whittling those down and I thought, right, today's the day we're gonna work on using some more of those scraps. So let's get going. On this side, as I said, I wanted to have a little bit of a pink thing, and I have pulled out some of those scrappy bits there, and I'm just gonna, if I can pick them up, I've just grabbed a little bit of font, a little bit of gingham. I've just torn it with my hands. This is a piece from the pocket we made before. This is actually vellum. I've just pulled out a piece. You don't have to have vellum. Just look at the scraps that you have. As long as they sort of match in some kind of way, that's absolutely fine. I like to have a little bit of font when I'm doing things, so it just mixes it up a bit. And I'm just going to lay these somehow. Let's just see. Now I'm going to put a pocket here, so I'm mindful of that. The pocket is just me taking some of my lace paper. It was a scrap. I've measured the width of my paper here, and I think that's 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters. I've made it 8 because I like it to be nice and firm. I am going to glue those together. I'm all over the place today, sorry. Just want to glue these pages together, and really could have used a glue stick, but this was just what was close at hand. All right, put those together nicely, And there you go, there's your little pocket now. All right, so I'm putting that here just so that I can see how far down I want to have this. So I don't want it sort of at this point here. All right, so I think I'm going to put the vellum first, and then I'm going to do it like this. So let's do that. All right. Now, using scraps to me really are the best challenges, because it makes me focus on what's in front of me, and I really love a challenge. So you know, just put some of those scraps in front of you and think, right, what can I do? And if you're not sure, the best sort of go-to for me is I end up making journal cards or tags or other I mean the usual, you know, like collaging and things. You can make beautiful scrappy bits for the edges of your pages, and maybe I must show you that one day when we get closer to the end of this journal. Right, so I'm just layering these up on my page here, just mindful again of the fold. And I've got this little ginghamy piece that I've really, sort of a ratty looking piece, but it doesn't matter. We're going to stick it all down. And you know, with using tea stain paper, and remember the other day when I showed you how to work with magazine scraps like the green beans or the lemons, you know, you can transform anything. So don't be afraid to try it. I'm going to just, no, I'm not. I didn't really want that underneath there. You see, and then you just rip it up when you're not quite happy and start all over again. Oh, Angela. Let's hope I don't tear it too much. So I just want to get this a little bit further in there, and that's all right. We are going to layer something over here because I've pulled out my fussy cut flowers. So, you know, those are always great to use for scraps as well. When you're using scraps, I love decorating with those. So I've got a whole container that I've cut out there. Right, so we've got that there. I've got a little daisy one here because I'm going with a pink, and I love this. It's one of my favorites, and I'm going to stick this on the top here. So we'll do that. This is just, you know, do whatever comes to you. My favorite way to do this is to put on my audiobook or music and just relax and just not think it, overthink it too much, guys. That's what I would suggest. Just don't overthink it too much. Right, is that going to be where I want it? Yes, that's will do. So there we go. You see, you don't notice anything when you stick flowers on the top. We're going to stick our little flower here, a flower pocket here, so we can do that as well. And what I want to do, I think I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just stick this on the top quickly. So I might stitch around the edge. I'm thinking. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope you've tackled whatever jobs were on your list to tackle, crafting or otherwise. I'm definitely a list person. I have lists in my diary, and I get great satisfaction from ticking them off. So if you're a list person like me, then yeah, that's always gives me a great feeling. I don't know why, but it does. Right, again, scrappy little bits. I was in my little scrappy box here, pulling out little scrappy bits of lace, and I'm going to use that now. I just want to neaten up the edge, I think. So let's just make that a bit straighter. Of course, you don't have to. And then I'm going to stick this down, if I can get my glue up. Right, so I've got my Fabri-Tac here. Use whatever glue you would normally use. So I'm just putting on some of that onto the end here. And I think I'm going to have an afternoon of making little scrappy bits like I showed you before. Because they're always lovely to make when you... I don't think any glue came out of there. Clearly, I need those new glasses I went for on Friday. Gosh, my eyesight's really dwindled lately. I don't know what it is. And I can notice when I do stupid things like that. So yeah. Yeah, isn't it amazing? Gosh, what's going on with this glue today? Let me just try that again. Okay. It has been standing in my glue stand, so maybe it's just, I think that's it now. Okay, probably going to have so much glue on here now, enough for a river in a minute. Right, third time lucky. We'll stick that down. Oh, thank goodness. Right. Okay, so just got a little sentiment here. This one says brownies, and I want to tell you my daughter did make brownies yesterday and they were absolutely delicious, so thank you for that page. And we've got a whole container full, so they're so rich though, but gosh, they're delicious. Lovely chocolate ones. I do like walnuts in them, but we didn't, she's not a fan, so we didn't have any walnuts in there this occasion. Sometimes she does half and half, but to be fair, I didn't really have walnuts. I think they've passed their expiry date, so we threw them out. That's what happens when I haven't been through the cupboards lately, you know, just the pantry cupboard, just to see what I've got, and that's very naughty, really. But I must say, I've been enjoying some lovely dinners lately, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried those meal kits. I'm not going to say a make or anything, but I have been using the meal. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Where's my little goodie? I've missed one now. Oh, here it is. You see, I need new glasses. I've been trying the meal kit dinners because they deliver the stuff with all the meals ready prepped in the amount of ingredients you need, and everything, and very little that you have to add. And we've been trying some fantastic different sorts of things that I wouldn't normally have thought to try. And it's really been such a time saver, and of course I don't have to go to the shops, so we're loving that. Okay, right, I like that one. Do I want to put this? I think I probably do, but I had another thought before I stick this down, which does look pretty good over there. Right, I had a little window idea. I was going to cut out a window with my 1-inch punch there. Then I thought, no, let's look at something a little bit different. And what I did was I cut out from my scraps one of those circles I've been telling you, which are really handy. And I thought I would stick that over there. So we've got like a faux window. And then I thought I'd stick the butterfly over there. So what do you think about that? Do you think then I should take that one away? Or do you think I should still have that one there? So, yeah, you need to shout louder, guys, because I'm not hearing you there. I'm going to stick this down, my little faux window at the top here. Just get that close to the edge. So, yeah, this is just from the background paper. I'm going to just stick it at the top there. So we've got our little faux window sticking there. And a great idea if you don't have a window envelope, that you can cut out a shape. I've got a little template here. I call this my envelope window template. And if I wanted a window in something that it doesn't have a window, I just draw around that and cut that out, and it gives me a window. But of course you could cut a piece of paper out like that in patterns and make a faux window like I'm doing with the circle. So that's just an idea. But I think I'm going to show you guys how to make a window envelope in a future project so that is an actual window. Right, I'm going to stick this just, I think, there. Yeah, just a bit down. There we go. Right, so we've got that one there, and I do think this one looks great. And I'm going to put it, quite liked it that way, so I'm going to stick this over here. Sort of just finishes it off for me. I think I must look for some bees or some other things, some other insects. Bees are a good one. Right, so there we've got that, and that's our little pocket, and there we've got a little place to put a tuck spot, and I was thinking about stitching on that, and I probably will in a moment, but let's get this side decorated up. So now this one has its bit on this side. So again, I'm going to grab some of the scrappy bits, and this time I'm looking at a blue color theme. So I've got these 3 bits here, again some font, some black and cream and other bits here. So I'm going to use these over here. Just need to find the order that I want. I think I'll do it like that. So let's stick this one down first, and again, little pocket here, got it like that, and I'm going to use the glue stick this time, and we'll just get that stuck down like this. Gosh, it's raining cats and dogs here, but I'm glad I'm crafting inside. Right, so this is my, just to give me a gauge of how far down, because I don't want this to be stuck above the pocket. I'm really wanting the pocket just to sort of finish it off. So I think that's the spot where I need it to be, and I'm going to just draw a little line there so I remember. Right, so we can stick this down here. Not long now to finish up with this journal. I want to get started at the end of next week on our other one. So, you know, the pressure's on to get it done. Right, so we've got that bit down, and then again some of this scrappy bit that I tore out, and we'll get that one stuck down as well. I love a bit of font and a bit of contrast. It just makes it pop, you know. So we'll have that there like that. Okay, it's a bit big, that piece, and really I could have torn it in half. And then I've got this little bit that I will get stuck on over there. Quite like that bit sticking out, so maybe I'll stick it over there. Right, so this is the last bit. Okay, so we said we wanted a bit of that sticking out. It doesn't matter that we're going to put it a bit lower. I'm happy with that. All right, so that's all coming together. So I want to just stick another flower. Now guys, you can get flowers from old books, magazines. You know, I would go to a thrift store or a charity shop and ask them for the damaged books in the back. They don't put those out on display often. You might find that they've got books there with flowers, vintage, really old books. And you know, they might even give them to you for nothing. So don't be afraid to ask. They don't put the damaged, broken ones that they think they aren't going to sell on display often. So there's no harm in asking. And even just for the book pages themselves, you know, we can make beautiful things just with that. So yeah, I encourage you to go and do a little bit of sleuthing there and find out what you can get. I mean, also from the dump sites, the tips and things, they also often have things that can possibly be purchased really reasonably. So, you know, don't be afraid to ask if they have things there that can be taken, or, you know, maybe at a very low price, or often for nothing as well. So don't feel that you don't have things that you don't have the money. There is lots to be done with things that cost pretty much nothing. Okay, now I've got that bit stuck down. Happy with all of that. I'm going to put another one of those faux windows up here, and this time I've chosen the blue one, the blue background. So I'm going to stick that up at the top there as well. So we've got faux little windows today, circle windows. You know, I'm going to try all these things. Okay, so let's get that up there. It's quite close to this one, but that's all right. And then we'll stick this one over there as well. Gosh, guys, I cannot believe that we are almost just 2 weeks away from the 3rd month of this year. I don't know where it has gone. Gosh, it's unbelievably fast, isn't it? It's quite scary. Oh, I can't believe it. When one of my ex-colleagues said to me, gosh, we're going on half-term break, I thought, wow, you know, how fast was that? So yeah, it's unbelievably fast. I'm going to put this one this way, like that. Okay, and now I'm going to just stick this down. So we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll do that. Right, and there we go. We've got that all sorted. Just a little bit of decoration on this pocket here. So I've got this scrappy bit, which I'm going to cut as well. It was just left over from a bit I had. And then some other little bits and pieces that we're going to stick down. So to save on the lace, and I'm only going to use what I need, I'm going to stick that there, and I'm going to use my little whisk and stick that down like that. So I'm not going to stick any lace on that side. I just need a little piece. This is really being tight, isn't it? But we've got to make everything count. So I'm going to just cut it over there, and that would be a piece for another little bit. So let's stick that down. And there we go. Right, I think what I'm going to do after this is go and do a little bit of stitching, and as we haven't stuck that down, I will talk you through that in a mo. I do love this quote here, and it applies to me. Calories don't count over the weekend. Absolutely. You know, of course they don't. That's when I want to eat all the cake. I see my Abby is curled up in the bed with my daughter. She's cold today because I gave her a grooming. Well, she needed it. Otherwise, the hair gets so long, you know, that we get mats. So she had to have a groom session, and I can't get anybody to do it. I've always groomed Abby myself. And so I had my son help me, and the whole family pretty much, because she does not like it. She doesn't like it. And well, she's looking lovely, but it's got her coat on because she's cold. Poor soul. Right, we've got all of this done. Of course, this bit here, this side, is still open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew a line down here while it's open, just on that side. Then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to sew right round there. Okay guys, I'm going to be back just in a moment. Okay, so I have sewn that. I folded it in half, and so that I wouldn't sew up the pockets. This bit in the middle is still open, but we're going to fold that over a page in a moment. And then I have just sewn across the edge there. Guys, of course, you don't need to do that. You can just use your glue or double-sided tape. That would work equally as well. All right, I have then just put on these little pearls over there, and then on that side as well. Okay, so we've got a little page hanger now, and that's going to go over our page. So let me grab the little book, the page that I'm going to put this on. So I've got my signature here. And I think I made a little spot at the back here. So here's our page that we're going to use. It's just, there's the middle. Then you've got that there. You've got your other recipe page. And then you've got a page with pink and a page with blue. Oh, there's the bit that I marked it with. All right, so I'm going to put that over the page like this. And that's going to be a lovely page hanger, and I might need to find something to clip that on with once I have that in place. So I will do that in a moment, but in the meantime I want to just put the bits and pieces in here. So what I did was I took to the journal cards. I've used handmade tabs here that I showed you how to make, and how to make the most of your scraps. Really easy. And you can see I've just stitched across those. You don't need to stitch, I did glue it. It's got the little hearts in it. So that's again from scrappy paper pieces. I want to just slide that into that pocket there. Great for writing a recipe on. And then on the other side of that page, we've got the blue one, and that one again, another place to write a recipe there and there. And I'm going to stick that in this pocket over here. All right, so we're going to do that. And I got my heart upside down. That wasn't good, was it? Didn't think that through. Right, so there we go. So we've got that in place. And then I've got some bits here that I want to just put in on the side. I love this picture. And I've just put a tab on the top of it. I've backed the lacy paper as I always do, and a great place to make notes or things, and that's going to go in there. And then just a little, push that one a little bit further down, I think. There we go. And then just a little pink one. I'm not sure if I want to put that in there because I really like that picture. I could put it behind. But no, I quite think that's fine on its own. And then on the other side of that, I've got a tag. So I thought I'd put this one in. I've just put a little circle there with an eyelet and a bow. That's just going to go into this one over there. Again, I've had another little bit, I thought, there, but then I quite like how it all looks. I might do that. I might. Right, so yeah, we've got everything in place there. Okay, just to show you quickly, because somebody asked me how I do these ribbons. Take a paper clip. This is a flat topped one. You can get these off Etsy or Amazon. I just thread my ribbon through, more or less the length that I want. I just make sure that it's even on both sides like that, all right? But if you just thread it through, hold it with your fingers, 2 of your fingers. You need 3 hands here. Just tie a knot at the top, and as it's coming down, just maneuver that to the length you want on this side, all right? And pull that tight. So that's all. That could be a bit shorter actually. And if you're not quite happy, make it a bit shorter. All right. Other than that, you can cut it. And that's what I do end up doing sometimes. So I want it just a little bit shorter. So I want it about that length. Okay. So I just pull that like that. And I'll just pull those 2 together like that. And then cut it the same length. And that way you don't waste anything. Okay, so that's how I do it for any of these. And then just turn this over on your page. This is if you want to secure it here. I'm going to move it just a bit over. And then I'm going to just, could have used a smaller paper clip really. That's then just going to keep that in place there. All right, you don't have to put a paper clip in. It's up to you, and I might not. I'll see how I go, but at least that way it's secure. You can also now use this as a tuck spot underneath as well. Okay, everybody, so that's our little video for today. I hope that you've enjoyed that and give it a go. Go and grab a piece of tea stain paper or any scrappy piece of paper that you want to use. Even book pages, great, big book pages would work. And go give this a go. Go get out those scrap piles and reduce them. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. I look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday. Hopefully by the end of next week, and I'm doing the first episode on the Sunday of our new journal. So I'll try my best to get this all sorted during the week and share whatever you need to know. And of course a flip through will follow as well. All right, everyone, stay very well. As I said, let me know what you think. Thank you for spending time with me as usual. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Bye-bye.